Welcome back to From the Bench, everybody. As always, it's Eric, and today we're back. Yes, I know I've been saying I'm trying to get back to doing this more regularly, but we're opening up some 2024-25 Upper Deck Series 2 Hockey Hobby. And in the terms of like a breaker that maybe be, sitting and waiting for a break to fill for a long time, this thing's been cooking. And by that, I mean, I think I bought this before my daughter was born, and she turned 6 weeks old today. So, yeah. Pretty sure it's literally just been sitting in my basement and haven't got around to opening it. Been meaning to make a video. Life, everything else happens. But here I am making this video at like 1 in the morning because I wanted to open up some cards and see what we can do. And talk about the draft, some things that happened in that also. But this box costs $150 Canadian and might be actually one of the best ROIs in the hockey card hobby right now because, in a case of 12 of these, you might get 1 to 2 Macklin Celebrinis, and a Macklin Celebrini actually pretty much right now pays for a box. Around $150 Canadian just for a Celebrini base young gun. Not great or anything. And a PSA 10, big money. So anyways, we're going to open this up, turn the camera around, get right into it. Looking for other guys like Matvei Michkov. I think he's still like a $90 or $100 card raw. You get some other pretty good guys. You get Jackson Blake in here. You get Rucker McGroarty in here. You get Zachary LaRue in here. Who else did I forget about? Lamoureux in here. You got Tupakov. Logan Morrison's not the big name. Callum Ritchie's another one that we traded. I'm going to say we, my Colorado Avalanche, traded for Brock Nelson, and then for some reason decided to re-sign Brock Nelson for a ton of money. Even though he didn't look that great, and I don't know, it hurts my head. Connor Geeky's in this. Used to have Vasily Ponomarov, and then that guy decided he's going to go to the KHL. So anybody like long-term investing in him, RIP to your bank account, because that guy is probably never going to play in the NHL again. It's a surprise. So a couple goalies, Blomqvist in here. Jet Luchenko is a big one. People were really high on Jet Luchenko eventually. Anyways, we'll get right into it. So the big ones are your Macklin Celebrini and your Matvei Michkovs. If we can hit a parallel of either one of those guys, even better. We'll be very happy. So start off with the Nick Paul. Struble. What do we got here? Johansson. We got Josh Doan. Now traded over to, he was part of the trade for Josh Doan trade. Why am I blanking on this right now? Trade. I'm blanking on this so hard right now. Peterka. Wow. I knew he'd get traded. So yeah, Peterka. Obviously, Peterka's the better of the two. They also got some picks and stuff. Connor McDavid in the speckled UD portraits, and we got Chris Kreider. So, see what else we can get in this. Backdrop is Ivan Barbashev, former Moncton Wildcat, Keith Yandel, former Moncton Wildcat, Elliot Desnoyers, former Moncton Wildcat, and now captain of the Moncton Wildcats, Caleb Desnoyers, who was the 4th overall pick to the Utah Mammoth, the first ever draft pick for the Mammoth since they've been called the Mammoth. So excited for him. Great kid. I know his builds well. They're awesome people. Everything else, but that's actually like a little card that the Moncton Wildcats put on. They got to figure out the signing because every one of them, I got a bunch of them. Every one of them, the pen just like is blotchy on it. So William Eklund. You get a retro, Saros, Joey Decord, Lane Hudson. There we go. Calder winner. We got Vince Dunn and Vasilevsky. So there we go. Actually have somewhere beside me. Have this in an exclusive. So there we go. A couple little hits there. Everyone does love the renewed Young Guns, big fans. Pretty much know everyone that I've talked to. So, Mackenzie Weegar, Danforth, think the last pick, the first round or something, was part of that Huberto Uyghur trade that included obviously Matthew Tkachuk going to Florida, Connor Murphy. I think Florida did pretty good on that one, right? 2 Stanley Cups later. We got Kopitar, and our first young gun is going to be Brandon Scanlon. So there you go, Brandon Scanlon, and another Vasi. So we doubled up on the Vasis, and this one's in the Ooh La La. So we are looking for not hitting Celebrini as a young gun right away. We are looking for goalies. That's kind of the giveaway for this stuff is if you start hitting goalies, typically you hit a Celebrini. So Keandre Miller, Sam Reinhart. We got an outburst, regular outburst of Morgan Frost. Did find it was kind of odd, not that super odd, but during the Flyers first round pick, they had Noah Cates as one of their backdrops of like the 4 guys behind the GMs and stuff. We got Adam Klapka for the Flames and a playlist of Ovi. So there's just, I get nothing against Noah Cates, but it was just kind of an odd guy to have as one of your backdrops is Noah Cates. So Sean Couturier was there. Who else was there? Like Travis Konechny maybe. Anyways, the other guys made sense, but yeah, well, Noah Cates kind of just threw me off. White Cloud, Puustinen. We got St. Louis on tour, and Seamus Casey. So there we go. Defenseman and a Stuart Skinner. Ooh la la. I don't know what the Oilers are going to do. You say this, once again, we're all going to bury the Oilers. The guys made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, right? Like, you can say a whole lot of things about them. The guys, they were still, like, one of the 2 best teams at the end of the day. Did Stuart Skinner play well in the playoffs? In the finals? No. Did anyone on Edmonton really play good? No. I do find it funny. People are like, Vancouver's got a, problem with the personalities in the dressing room, and then they trade for Evander Kane. It's like, I'm sure that's going to help you. Kirill Marchenko. We get Oscar back. Played pretty well for the Stars in the playoffs. We got Panarin and JT Miller. So, I'm going to go Breadman and Oscar back. 6'4", 25-year-old Swede. So, getting a little Young Guns canvas. No, the Celebrini and Michkov canvases are both in extended series, so you're not looking for those in this anyways. Shane Pinto, Matthew Barzal, Corey Perry. The ultimate guy just can't seem to win another one. Got one in his younger years. Former Moncton Wildcat Connor Garland went out and got himself paid $6 million a year. Does not have a young gun. Has a future watch auto. A couple other things. Does not have a young gun. Casey Middlestat, bang for your puck. Kasperi Kapanen, probably one of the better players for the Blues going into the playoffs. And Oliver Kapanen. See if he gets a shot this year. He went overseas last year, I believe, instead of continuing on in North America for his hockey career, but I think it was just kind of on loan. And then an Ooh La La of Tristan Jarry. So, could still hit Michkov. I don't think we're getting a Celebrini. I could be wrong. I would be happily wrong. Could hit a Celebrini numbered parallel or Michkov numbered parallel. The more I hear about Celebrini, the more I just think that kid's going to be the real deal. Leo Carlson, Nick Schmaltz, Kucherov, and Victor Hedman. Just put the players. Like, how hard would this be to put Hedman and Kucherov, right? And Jesper Wallstedt. See what Minnesota Wild do if they ever just, let him play. It's hard, Flowers there last year. Gustafson, Gus Bus played pretty well. So, not trying to rush the kid, but eventually you got to put him in some games. We got Luke Glendening, Shane Wright, Dawson Mercer. We got Leon. We got Rucker McGroarty. There we go. See if he can make the leap this year. And Liam Ogren. So there we go. Getting down to the last few packs. The draft. Should probably touch on that. So obviously, Matthew Schaefer goes first overall. Someone was cutting onions in my house during that pick. I think a lot of people had onions being cut in their house at the exact same time when that guy hit the stage and then looked down and seen the ribbon on the jersey and stuff. Just absolute heartbreak for that kid. Obviously, he's a first overall pick, but just really sad for that kid what he's had to go through. Michael Misa, you go through the picks. We get, the highest drafted of all time, Moncton Wildcat, Caleb Desnoyers goes 4th overall to the Utah Mammoth. Awesome, great. Some weird picks, but I think the biggest conversation I heard from everyone online was the draft format sucked. I don't want to be that negative guy, but it's just not good. The technical difficulties, it was terrible from the front offices, awkward conversations, awkward interviews. It drug on for 4.5 hours. It just wasn't good. And I just don't know if you can do that again. I guess, I don't think it was the NHL's decision for that. I think it was, the owners wanting to save money instead of, shipping everyone there and flying everyone there and, putting them up in hotels for the week and blah, blah, blah. And, having bar tabs for all these guys. But at the end of the day, it was so bad to watch. That's one thing you can put your hat on is hey, the NHL draft, they do it right. They do it awesome. It's a great time. It's a great watching experience every time. Not like the NBA draft that sucks and is terrible. And, you get guys that are putting on hats of teams that they'll never play for. It's lunacy the way the NBA does it. But you just hope that they kind of figure something out when it comes to, the NHL draft, and they just go back to the old format or figure something out, because what they did was terrible. The interviews, like I said, Boston, I don't think had audio. There's another team that didn't have audio for their guys. Just awkward conversations. There's lag. You can hear the players reply in the background of. It's just terrible. Just don't do it again, NHL. Just don't. It's just not a good look. We got Calgary Flames. We got Oscar back, so we doubled up on the Oscar backs. And then we get Zach Werenski. But I don't know if that's a player looking to double up on an Oscar back. But anyways, it has to be heard. And I know people are and some scouts or NHL insiders are why is everyone trashing on the NHL? Well, guess what? If you put it out there and everyone says it on the NHL accounts, even though it wasn't the NHL's actual decision, apparently it was on the teams. 26 teams are the ones that voted to go to this format. At least the NHL can say, hey, look, everyone did not like this. It was not good, bad, everything else. Let's not do it again. And maybe the NHL can push that on them rather than us all going to individual teams and which 26 was it? No, let's just go to the NHL. So it's their league. They get to hear the people complaining about it at the end of the day. Nick Bukestad, Igor, a canvas of Evan Bouchard. Guy's going to get paid here. We got Barkov and Zach Dean. So, last pack here. Need some last pack magic. This thing has been, once again, heating up for a month and a half, 2 months. Looks like I should have left it in the oven for a little longer. Because as of right now, should have left it in the oven a little longer. Apparently, it's still undercooked. Kyle Palmieri, Kucherov and Evgeny Malkin. So not the greatest box of all time. Did hit the Young Guns canvas. It's Oscar back. Rucker McGroarty, I think, is probably our best hit out of all that. I think that was our best, right? Oscar back. Rucker. So there's 2. Kapanen 3. 4. 5. And then Scanlon. Was Elaine Hudson all welcome aboard the best hit from that? It could have been. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm going to try to get back into making more constant videos. Once again, just a little harder now at this time because I'm trying to help the girlfriend out with the daughter, trying to make sure that she's all good. Also, haven't had any. I missed the last show because of the birth of my daughter. But now hopefully get back to some shows once the summer's done and stuff like that. Figure out all the other stuff that kind of comes with, opening up this. Have a couple other plans for some videos and stuff I want to do. But yeah, lots of other good things that I can open up on the channel. SPA's coming out. Platinum's coming out. For some reason, my local hobby shop has Platinum at like $50 more pre-order than SPA Authentic. Like $230 a box Canadian for SPA and then $290 for Platinum. It's usually like the opposite way around or like the same. I don't really understand it. I'm kind of confused by it, not gonna lie to you guys. But Platinum's my favorite, so I'm trying to build more sets, some more PC stuff. Still investing everything else, but got a lot of stuff to open up. Maybe I'll grab another one of these. It is a fun box to open. And like I said, if you hit one Macklin Celebrini, even raw, it pretty much pays for the box. You shouldn't be opening product to think you're going to make your money back every time. But once again, that's when you look at other products, hobby box, same thing of like anything for 2022, 23, not even going to get half your money back from hitting any of the Young Guns in that. 2023, 24 or 2023, 24, yeah. Not going to get your money back from any of those products, no matter if you hit one single Young Gun. So I guess Celebrini should come down in price. But if everyone has as much hype behind him and everyone keeps on talking about him, maybe he levels off around $100. But that box has been out for a while now, and he's still $150. And it's the off season, and it's still $150. So I don't know if that's going to really go down before the season. Grading, that could affect some stuff if you get a lot more PSA 10s in, all the backlog with PSA and everything else. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys haven't yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I will try to make a post there once in a while too. Once again, running behind, leave me alone. Running on like 2-hour sleep intervals. What you gotta do? So anyways, hope everyone enjoys this. And for Eric from the bench, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.